Hi. For the subject incident handling response, me, Muhammad Shazlan, and my teammate, which is Muhammad Ahmad Zikri, Muhammad Safwan Atif, and Muhammad Shawwal, have completed our incident response policy, or IRP in short. This is the table contents of our documents. And for this IRP, this is the first ever version made during 18 December 2024, made by Encik Anwar. This section unlike the testing and review cycles, which need to be made at least once biannually. This testing will be made to test your business response to potential incidents, identifying process gap and improvement areas. The incident handler will ensure the security incident response plan is updated and distributed to CSET member. The purpose of IRP is to ensure that our company, Safuone Berhad, is prepared to manage cybersecurity incidents effectively and efficiently, as we know that cybersecurity incidents have becoming more frequently. By implementing a well-structured plan, assembling a capable team, and conducting regular exercises, Safuone Berhad will be better prepared to address inevitable incidents. This approach will help contain potential damage and mitigate further risk. This document also outlines the plan for responding to cybersecurity incidents at Safuone Berhad. It details the incident response structure, roles, responsibilities, common types of incidents, and the step-by-step process for preparing, identifying, containing, eradicating, recovering, and conducting lessons learned. The ultimate objective of IRP is to ensure that Safuone Berhad is well organized, capable, and equipped to respond to cybersecurity incidents. The scope of our IRP applies to all network, systems data, and stakeholders of Safuone Berhad, which is including our employees and our third party, which is vendors, who access these resources. Members of our cybersecurity in the incident response team or CSEC are responsible for leading or actively participating in incident response activity. For this IRP, the authority is Encik Haziq, which is the president in principle in charge of protecting the business and client data. He supervises the entire security system and makes sure that all the applicable laws, rules, and industry standards are followed. Establishing rules, allocating resources, and making sure the right procedures are in place to prevent and address critical events are all part of the President's responsibility. Our executive manager, Encik Anwar, is in charge of incident management and coordination in the event of a high catastrophic cybersecurity issue. The general manager has complete control over the incident response team and makes the choices regarding incident handling. The designated senior executive, which is Encik Hamidi, or the head of human resource, assumes incident responsibilities when the president or general manager is not present. Next up, I will show you the definitions that are applicable in cybersecurity terms, which is acceptable interruption windows. This is in business continuity plan. This is the minimum acceptable amount of major functionality. The confidentiality is a classification of data that typically refers that it is need to be secret. Cybersecurity event is an observable occurrence in a system or network. Cybersecurity incident is any incident that occurs by accident or deliberately that impacts communications or information processing system. Denial of service is actually a type of attack, also known as DOS. This happened by a remote attack. Exploit in cybersecurity term is a piece of software, a chunk of data, or a sequence of command that takes advantage of a bug or vulnerability. Indicators, also known as indicators of compromise or IOC, are forensic clues or symptoms left behind by cybersecurity attacks. Integrity refers to the maintenance or assurance of data accuracy. Maximum tolerable downtime specifies the maximum period of time that a given business process can be inoperative. A response playbook is an introduction in a response playbook introduces prescriptive cybersecurity measures and best practices that can be implemented to improve the organization's security profile. Next up is service availability, which describes the state of a system being available and responsive to prospective users. SLA, which is a service level agreement, is an agreement through quantitative and qualitative. Usually, if uh, if the terms is not that if the term doesn't meet, the vendor need to pay the penalty. The stakeholder relationship map is a diagram that describes the relationship between individuals in an organization. Vulnerability is a piece of code or bug within a system that causes intended or unanticipated behavior. War room is a dedicated meeting room when there will be used when major incident happen. Zero day is a type of vulnerability that is known to the software vendors but doesn't have a patch in place to fix the flaw. Next up, before I pass the slide to my team member, I wanna tell you guys how to recognize a cybersecurity incident. A cybersecurity incident may not be recognized immediately. However, they may be indicators of a security breach, system compromise, unauthorized activity, or misuse within your environment. Some of the indicator is excessive or unusual login, excessive or unusual remote access activity, the occurrence of any Wi-Fi networks, the presence of or unusual activity in relation to malware, hardware or software keyloggers, which can be found connected to our system, suspicious or unusual activity on web-facing systems, point of sale device, POS device, payment terminals or chip signature device when they show sign of tampering, or card skimming device which can be found within business, lost, stolen or misplaced merchant copy receipts, or record displaying a full payment card number or card security code. Lost, stolen or misplaced computers, laptops, hard drives or other media devices containing payment card data or other sensitive information. Next up, I will pass it to my team member to present the research response team.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Safuone and I will be the news presenter. I will present about the Cybersecurity Incident Response Team, which is I will call CSET. The Cybersecurity Incident Response, which is I will call CSET, composed by Safuone Technology, Sdn Bhd, includes members from multiple departments who work together to ensure efficient incident handling. The team includes manager, incident handler, communications, note taker, and the four below is network technician, desktop technician, server technician, and legal technician. Okay, we go to their roles. Start with executive manager, accountable manager for protecting cybersecurity within the organization, responsible for reporting to board directors and other executives. Within the CSET, this role is responsible for all issues requiring executive decision. Next one is incident handler. The CSET primary triage function is that of the incident handler. In order to look into and address cybersecurity events, this position sets up the team and start the incident response plan. The next one is communications. Both internal communication and public relation are under the purview of the communication aspect. They serve as the go-between to make sure the customers, the public, and the internal and external stakeholders are informed in a timely and legal manner. Next one is note taker, records all decision, action, and communication during the incident response. Maintain an accurate and up-to-date incident log. Assist in compiling post-incident reports. Okay, let's go to the technicians. Start with the network technicians. Network technician will monitor and analyze network traffic for anomalies and threats. For the desktop technician, identify and isolate affected endpoints. Server technician, analyze server logs to detect unauthorized access or activities. And the last one, legal technician, they will advise on legal and regulatory obligations during and after an incident. Okay, next one, responsibilities. The responsibilities described below are organized by role within Safuone Incident Berhad. For the executive manager, the manager are responsible for overseeing and approving the overall incident response strategy, allocating resources for incident response effort, communicating critical decisions to stakeholders and staff, ensuring the compliance with organizational policies and regulation, approving post-incident review and recommend improvements. For the incident handler, they are responsible for leading the CISA team during active incident responses, coordinating with external parties such as vendors, law enforcement or regulators, collaborating with technical team to contain, mitigate and recover from the incident, conducting post-incident reviews and recommending improvement. For the communication aspect, they are responsible for crafting internal and external communication statement, acting as the spokesperson for media and public updates if required, keeping employees informed about incident progress and key updates, managing sensitive information to prevent misinformation or panic, documenting all communication for future reference. Okay, the next one is CISA team. Cybersecurity Incident Response Team. CISA members are responsible for supporting the incident handler in executive response action, conducting investigation to identify the root cause of the impact of the incident, providing updates on progress and finding to the incident handler, documenting technical findings, action taken, and recommendation. For the all staff member, are responsible for reporting suspicious activity or potential incident to incident handler or CISEC, following incident response guidelines and cooperating during investigation, participating in cybersecurity awareness, training and drills, maintaining vigilance and avoiding risky behaviors such as opening suspicious emails. I will skip the contact information. Okay, let's go to the CISA incident type. Many type of incident can occur in organization and is crucial for Safuone CISA team to recognize and record the incidents that has and will occur to ensure that the security and workflow stay free. Okay, we go to the first one, which is the unauthorized access or usage. The meaning of that is the individual gains physical or logical access to network, system, or data without permission. Next one is service interruption or denial of service. The meaning of that is attack that prevent access to the service or otherwise impairs normal operation. Where we had malicious code, ransomware, distributed denial of services, which we call DDoS, network system failure, application system failure, and unauthorized disclosure or loss of information, an incident affecting the computer integrity or availability of data. Next one is privacy breach, information security data breach, account data compromise, which is the meaning of that is a data breach incident specific to payment card data. Such events result in unauthorized access to or exposure of payment card data, which is the meaning of that card holder data or sensitive authentication data. And the others, any other incident that affect network system or data. Alright, the next one is incident severity matrix. The incident's level of severity will be assessed by the CSAT. They will consider whether there are several system impact or just one, the impact system or system criticality, whether affecting one individual or several, whether it affects one team or department, several teams or departments, or the entire company. To completely comprehend the effects of the urgency of corrective action, the incident handler must take into account the pertinent business context as well as other events occurring at the time to ascertain the known scale of the impact in comparison to estimated size as well as the possibility of the effect spreading and the possible rate such spread. The system will take into account the information that is now accessible. Potential effect of the organization, such as monetary loss, harm to the firm's reputation and brand, and the other kinds of harm, will be assessed by the CSAT. The incident could have been caused by a manual or automated attack, a complex or simple threat, or vandalism or annoyance. The CSAT will ascertain whether there is proof that is a vulnerability is being exploited, whether non-patch exists. If this is a recognized hazard or a novel one, like 0 day, the projected amount of work required contain the issue. Okay, this is the chart of the severity. I will start with the category 4, which is the low. The indicator is like malware or phishing. The scope only cover individual hosts or just one person. We will take action notify CSAT, create cybersecurity incident. Next one is medium. The indicators is email phishing or active spreading infection. The scope is widespread. The action will take is implement CSAT, incident response plan, create security incident organization wide. The next one is high. The high category is the indicator is theoretical threats become active. The scope cover widespread and or with a critical server or data loss, stolen data or unauthorized data access. The action will be taken is implement CSAT, incident response plan, create cybersecurity incident, organization wide. And the last one is the critical one, which is the indicated data loss or malware. The scope cover widespread and or with a critical service or data loss, stolen data on unauthorized data access. Action will be taken is implement CSAT, incident response plan, create cybersecurity incident, and organization wide. Okay, that's it from me. Thank you.
Okay, I will continue on incident response and management section. The methodical process of assessing the efficiency, and preparedness of the company incident response policy and process is known as CSIRT policy testing. To make sure the CSIRT can efficiently identify, react to, contain, and mitigate security incidents like phishing attacks in a timely manner, this entails carrying out simulated exercises, drills, and assessment. Policy testing. The manager and incident handler will operate the details of phishing simulation, which is the planning and implementation of simulation. They then will measure the effectiveness. Metrics include tracking response time, success rates, and incident containment. On the final process, they will make the evaluation and feedback, how findings are examined and areas for improvement are found. Next up is the CSIRT incident reporting. Reporting responsibility are the roles and responsibility assigned to individuals or group within organization to ensure that security incidents, including phishing attempts, are promptly identified, documented, shared, and escalated to the appropriate parties. This process ensures transparency, accountability, and compliance with corporate policies and legal requirements. The reporting, which is the communication and note taker, will act for clear documentation of each step required in reporting of a phishing event. The escalation levels is depend on severity of an incident. This level determines when and how it escalates. The prevention methods include the regulated training, which conduct monthly awareness sessions to educate employees on identifying and handling phishing emails. This simulation is then will be held to organize mock phishing exercises to evaluate and enhance employees' preparedness. And last off, we will have a clear documentation which maintain well-structured, easy to access guideline to streamline the process of reporting phishing accidents. The tools, resources, and process involved in this testing are email filtering software, anti-phishing tools, CM system, endpoint detection, multi-factor authentication (MFA) tools, and threat intelligence platforms. In this document, we also show the penalties for non-compliance, which is the first misconduct is formal warning issued by HR. The second misconduct is suspension of system access and retraining. After the third misconduct happened, it is possible termination or legal actions depending on the compliance. Next, I will pass this slide to my friend Mama Zikri.
Okay, I'm Muhammad Ahmad Zikri. I will talk about our policy process flow. First of all, we start with preparation. After the preparation, we make identification. Is the incident confirmed? If no, it is going to end. Start immediately. If yes, we go to containment, eradication, recovery, and lesson learned. Okay, for the preparation stage, lays the foundation for effective incident response by developing security policies, training employees to recognize threat, and establishing a well-equipped incident response team with clear roles, communication protocols, and escalation procedure to ensure timely detection, response, and recovery. Second, identification. The identification stage focus on detecting cybersecurity incident through continuous monitoring tools like IDS, firewalls, and SIEM, verifying the nature and scope incident to assess their impact and enabling swift response to minimize damage. Next, containment. During the containment phase, the focus is to limiting the incident impact by isolating affected system, blocking malicious traffic, and using short-term and long-term strategies to stop the threat spread and prevent recurrence, ensuring minimal damage and enabling further analysis. And next, eradication. The eradication stage aims to eliminate the root cause of the incident by removing malicious software, closing vulnerabilities, applying necessary patch, and assure all traces of the threat are eradicated to restore system and secure state. Next is recovery phase. In the recovery phase, affected systems are restored to normal operation through restoration, configuration, and data restoration from backups, while closely monitoring and recurring issues to ensure a secure environment, minimize downtime, and maintain business continuity. And next is lesson learned. The lesson learned stage involve conducting a post-incident review to assess the effectiveness of the response, identify areas for improvement, and incorporate insight into refining security policies, enhancing training, and updating incident response plan for better preparing and against future threat. Next, this just what I talked before. Next is to show the potency of the process flow if the community affected by data breach incident, the CSST will react to those incidents by implementing the process flow to ensure that the data breach incident can be solved. Here, the response of CSRT if the data breach occur. Uh, Upon detecting a potential data breach, the CSRT's first step is immediate assessment and verification, which includes reviewing alert from systems like IDS firewalls or SIEM to confirm suspicious activity and conducting initial forensic to determine the nature, scope, and impact of the data breach. Once the data breach is confirmed, the SRIT focus on containment and prevention of further exposure by isolating affected system, blocking malicious activity such as data exfiltration, and stopping by ongoing attack through measures like disabling access or patching vulnerabilities. In the eradication phase, the CSRT removed the root cause of breach by eliminating malicious artifacts such as malware or backdoor and restoring affected system to secure state through patching, software removal, and through vulnerabilities validation. During the data breach, effective communication is vital, and CSRT notify affected parties as per regulation to coordinate with legal and compliance team for reporting to authorities and keep senior management and internal teams informed with regular update on the situation and response action. Um, Next is communication and reporting. During the database, effective communication is about following the containment mitigation. Uh, the CSSD conduct a post-incident analysis, performing root cause analysis to prevent recurrence, and documenting an incident response process, and preparing a detailed report for management uh, with lesson learned and recommendation for improvement. Next is to strengthen the organization's cybersecurity posture. The CSRT applies lesson learned by recommending improved security measure, enhancing employee training, and conducting drills or simulation to ensure readiness for future incident. That's all from me. Thank you.
Welcome. Today we'll explore a critical tool for maintaining cybersecurity, the cybersecurity incidents response form. And this is the response reporting form that we choose to do. It's in a HTML file, but we'll get through one by one. So at the first front page, it starts with authorization. So here we go. This is the full form. So you can type in your name, your email, your department, and your work ID. So the first page ensure a proper authorization. Users provide essential details such as the name, email, work ID, and department. If a department isn't listed, since you have to type your department, you can just type even though your department isn't listed here. Okay, so I'll also give a demonstration. So let's say I put my name, my email, my department, and my work ID. This is just a demonstration. And so we're on to the second page. Oh, by the way, for the first page, if you can go back, it is also stated that the information provided will be used solely for incident investigation and security improvement purpose. Access is restricted to authorized personnel, and all data will be treated confidently. So that is to ensure that the user knows that their data and whatever they are input in the incident authorization form will only be used by the CSRT teams and will not be publicly shared. So we go again. Alright, and here on the second page, the user details the incident, they specify the affected system, describe the issues, and attach a relevant file if that is optional, but it is most likely needed. Guidance is provided to ensure users can report comprehensively, and we even ask if the issue impact their work, categorizing the response as yes or no. This help this will help to prioritize response and also ensures that if the issues doesn't really affect their works, we can actually make a response to make sure, okay, how do we manage that after that? Can you continue your work while we were working on the issue, or do you need to stop your work and we will work on your issue as soon as possible? So again, just input the user ID and system affected. So let's say it is the software, and okay, maybe we can say like email software. So make the type phishing. If it was any other incident, there's always the other option and you can specify the incident. But for now, we will start with phishing and incident description. So let's just say I click on the suspicious email link. Does it affect your work? Yes. And then we can attach file. We can choose inside the computer. So it can be like a screenshot or anything. And it also give a very specific date and time for the report. And then after that, after you click the report submit, it will summarize everything. So such as your name, your department, your work impact, the incident type, description, and everything. And it will also give you a report ID. And the incident response form also ensures to you that your report will be reviewed within 24 hours, and you will receive a confirmation email shortly to ensure that the work can continue. And at the same time, we want to ensure the user that their data and also the security will be always our prioritize. And then you can print and download it, or you can just click finish and it will come back to the front page. And so we can talk about the justification. Let's see. Okay, so for the justification, for the identity verification, the inclusion of fields such as name, email, and work ID ensures that the report originates from a verified source. This is essential for avoiding false report, which could waste investigation resource and obscure genuine threats. Then, the department categorization, identifying the reporter's department aids in understanding the organizational context of the incident. For example, incidents reported by C-level personnel may indicate high priority threats due to access level, while incident in HR might suggest compromised sensitive employee data. So essentially it is a like severity level kind of threat, and the CSIR team will ensure that the highest severity threat will be taken more serious. It's not every threat is taken seriously, but which one is the priority. And data protection assurance, including a data handling statement, highlights a commitment to ethical practice and user privacy. It reassures user that their information will be handled confidentially and only by authorized personnel. This aligns with the regulation like GDPR and industry best practice prioritizing transparency and user trust. So onto the page 2, or like the front page. Okay, critical incidents detail. PC user ID and affected system. Collecting this data ensure that technical teams can quickly locate the compromised system or user account. This helps in isolating threats and identifying vulnerability. And also incident type dropdown. By providing predefined categories such as phishing, malware, or data breach, The form aligns with standard cybersecurity taxonomies, enabling efficient triaging and analysis. The other option allows flexibility for unique or emerging threats, a key consideration in the rapidly evolving cybersecurity landscape. And then severity assessment. The question, does it affect your work? Evaluate the incident operational impact. Response such as yes, moderately, or no. Provide insights into prioritization. For example, incident causing a complete work stoppage may warrant immediate escalation. And then description and evidence. The description field encourage user to provide a detailed narrative including timelines, observed behavior, and other critical observation. This helps cybersecurity teams reconstruct event for forensic analysis. And also, the attachment features allow user to submit support evidence such as screenshots of phishing email or logs of unauthorized access attempt, which are inavailable for threats analysis and remediation. And lastly, the summary and confirmation. The final page ensures that the reporter reviews their submission for accuracy and completeness while providing them with a reference for future communication. This step is crucial for maintaining a transparent and organized incident response workflow. So the justification is displaying review and verification. Displaying a summary of the report allows the user to confirm the accuracy of their input. This minimizes the risk of error or incomplete submission, which could delay investigation or misdirect resources. Tracking and accountability. Generating a unique report ID ensures that the incident can be tracked throughout its life cycle. This is standard practice in cybersecurity incident management, promoting accountability and enabling seamless communication between reporter and the response team. And then confirmation and next step. The confirmation message reassured users that their report has been successfully submitted and outline what they can expect next. This reduces uncertainty, build trust, and underscore the organization's commitment to incident resolution. And that's all. So for the overall form design, I believe that our form have achieved user authenticity, authentication and traceability, structured incident reporting, ethical and transparent data handling, operational and strategic insight, and also incident tracking and follow-up. I think our form is able to achieve all of that. So that's all. Thank you.
Okay, so for the final sections of our document, I will show to you the approvals which the responsible party for development, updating, and enforcement of the incident response plans, which is the president and executive manager. The responsibility for the security of company and customer information resides with the following responsible party, which is Encik Haziq, our president, and Encik Anwar, the executive manager. The responsible party has reviewed the incident response plan and delegates the responsibility for mitigating harm to the organization to the incident handler. During times when a high or critical cybersecurity incident is underway, this responsibility is entrusted to the incident handler on their diligence. Next one, we go to the incident handler. They have reviewed the Security Incident Response Plan, the IRP, and acknowledges that when a high or critical cybersecurity incident is underway, responsibility for managing the incident is entrusted to the incident handler or their delegate. The incident handler or their delegate is expected to handle the incident in a way that mitigates further exposure of the organization. The incident will be handled according to process including identification, containment, eradication, recovery, and lesson learned. This is the incident handler name, which is Mrs. Umairah, our incident handler leader, and Mrs. Hidayah, our incident handler vice leader. That's all from our group. Thank you for listening to our presentation of IRP.